All right, everybody, welcome to the first tutorial for Monster Adventure Studio. This is a new game development engine similar to RPG Maker, except it focuses on making games like Pokemon, Dragon Quest Monsters, Robopon, things along those lines. It doesn't get any easier than this. So this first tutorial, we're gonna disregard all this completely. There's too much going on here, and we're just gonna create a monster. All right, that's what sets this engine aside, and that's where it truly shines at. So, some words on the monsters to begin with. We'll go to the monster hub here. This is where all your monsters live. You got a whole library full, and these are the ones in your project. Right? You can always get more. You can go to the workshop here. Got a great workshop so far, even just being in early access. I've got 13 entries here. We've got some Digimon, got some Pokemon in here, and we've got some original ones that I've made as well. Oh, and now there's Jack Frost from SMT. Cool stuff. And if we wanted any of these, we would just subscribe to them, and we would just import the subscribed. And we got them to use wherever he's at. Oh, here he is. All right. So we want to make our own just from the get-go here. We don't want any of these. We want to bring our own into the engine. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in our actual sprites, right? I'm going to start from the bottom here. You could start from the top. You've already got all this like in your head. But all the sprites in this game are 56 by 56, which is the size of the Game Boy display mat back in the day, right? You'll see here that you've got monster name, ID, description, typing, secondary typing, and it's still a little rough around the edges here. We're still in early access. We're doing great though, right? So first thing I'm gonna do is bring in just the artwork. All right, I have got one that I have not brought into the game yet. This is Nestel. You'll see it here shortly. But this is one that I have based off of a Russian nesting doll. Right. So I'm gonna put in the name. For ID, you could do whatever you want. I'm noticing some people are just using um, just numbers, and you can do that. Whatever floats your boat in your own project. So description is what's going to show up in basically right here. Okay, it's like a description that would show up in a glossary, Pokedex, something like that. Just a little bit of lore about what you're making here. So for Nestel, the description I'm going to put here is you look hard enough, you can see its actual face. It'll sound weird. Just roll with it. You'll understand it. This is a spirit type, and the secondary type, let's say, let's say normal. Let's just really get weird with it. Okay, so right here we have the stats, and it is in the order as it is described. So HP is this first box, attack is the second box, and a defense, you guessed it, is that third box there. So we're going to make Nestel here kind of bulky. We'll give him a solid 55, and you can do whatever numbers and balancing you want in your own game. You do not have to just put these default ones in. We'll keep that. Keep that. Speed, be super slow. Special attack, we'll give it a solid 45. Special defense, 45. So for catch rate here, and I added a little tooltip. Higher catch rate numbers makes the monsters easier to catch. Lower catch rates makes them harder to catch. We're going to make this super easy to catch. 300. Catch, tame, whatever you want to call it in your game. You can change that in the strings, but that's for another video. Glossary number is basically what it's going to come up as. Right? So if you have it as 1, that's the first monster that's going to come up in your glossary monster decks in game. And uh, you can even set it to be the one that you start out with if you so choose. We've got that option in the engine here. So we'll put 15 here. Here we're learn set. Putting these in, it may look a little confusing at first. Is actually super easy, and the reason we did this is because otherwise you were dragging down a menu, like a drop down menu, clicking it, putting a level, and it's just too dang long, man. So over here we can click over to move editor, whatever the move ID is, we just put it in. So atom ball at 1. It is really that simple. We'll say claw at 2. What other moves we got? I'm hypnotized. That one. I've been doing that one a lot. I really like the animation for hypnotize as well. All right, so down here I have already selected my sprites. So I have 4 sprites here that I brought in. I had a front and a back sprite um, for the regular monster. And over here I put can be sparkling. So sparkling is the engine's way of basically saying this monster can be shiny, like in Pokemon terms. Somebody actually suggested on the forums earlier that you could have a completely different like void form, eldritch form, and you the, it really is the limits of your imagination here. Whatever you want to do with it, right? I just do typical shinies. Okay, I'm gonna save this to my library. Right, I'm also gonna save it to my project. Let's go check them out. So this is an Estelle. Cute, right? Uh-huh. Let me show y'all something cool in this engine. Come down here. I'm change my this is a new project, so I don't have the shining animation or sparkling animation in here yet. Go back. So in the monster library here, you can see the sparkling or shiny versions of whatever monsters you have. The Pop cereal box doesn't have one. Cute little Jack Frost. All right. Back to Nestel here. Okay. So that's pretty much it, but there's some other cool stuff that we can do here. Okay. So you may have noticed back in the if you ever want to change anything, hit edit monster there. But you may have noticed this button down here, export. Okay. Monster Avenger Studio has a file extension called .monster package. Okay. So you could export those wherever you want. So you probably didn't see it there, as I've just got the screen recording it. But I hit export, and it asked me to save Nestel.monster package, and it's as simple as that. Now, if say I wanted to send that to somebody, I could tell them to, hey, go to this button right here, have them import it, and boom, there it is. We've got Nestel, and it auto. If you've got duplicates in here, it auto names them. Pretty handy. All right, even better. So we've got this beautiful workshop here. Let's say that we want to share this with the entire world. Okay. I'll always select here, Estelle. Click on the shiny just one more time for good measure. And we're going to click upload selected monster to workshop, which is this little purple Steam icon here. That's it. Workshop item created as number 3720833971. Outstanding. I've got the visibility public here. If you wanted to share with just your friends or have it private, you've got that option too. So we can, it's probably not in the browse yet. We just put it in there. We got to give it a couple of minutes. But if we open the workshop page, So if we open the workshop page, she is right there, ready to roll, subscribe to her, and we can bring her right on into our game. I think this is one of the strongest features of the engine is just the ability to create and share monsters like this. People seem to be having a pretty good time with it so far. And that's it. It's really that easy to create your own monsters and share them in Monster Adventure Studio. So I will say that maybe you don't have your own pixel art program. Maybe you don't want to buy one. We've got you covered here. This isn't the best one on the market by any means, but you can bring any sprites in here, edit them. There's the little palette icon over here on the toolbar. So if we want a new sprite, we can just get in here and we can just start drawing away. We can make our sprites this way. It may take a little longer, don't have all the fluff that a lot of other engines do, like something like Ace Sprite or GIMP. But it's here, right? This is an all-in-one engine. You can buy Monster Adventure Studio and you can go at it all night, right? Have a great time. Just and never leave the program. But that's it.